Hey everybody, it's Prince's friend. Ever since the deal was made between the Prince Estate and Sony to go ahead and start re-releasing some of Prince's older albums, there's been a lot of talk about what other albums are they also going to release from the vault. And one of them that keeps coming up is the Camille project. Now, I keep jumping on to the comments and I keep saying like, hey, I don't think that we need that. And, everybody's like, yeah, but it would be so cool. But I also think that I haven't really explained myself all that well on why I think that we don't need it, so that's what this video is for. Before we begin, we release awesome videos every week here on Prince's Friend, and if you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that today. We hope you will enjoy your experience. So just to give you a little insight into what the Camille project was, obviously around mid-1986, after he had worked on Under the Cherry Moon, Prince was kind of playing around with some different ideas. He had been working on the Dream Factory with The Revolution, and he had abandoned that. He then was starting on a new album called Crystal Ball, and then he abandoned that. Then he picked up this album called Camille. He was trying to play around with like making his voice high-pitched.
Tell me who in this house know about the quake? I mean, really? If you know how to rock, say yeah. Yeah. Tell me who in this house know about the quake? I mean, really? If you know how to rock, say yeah. Yeah.
And the idea was that he was going to release this whole album with him as a different person named Camille. And then Warner Brothers would put it out, and it would just be another album out, kind of like The Time and all that stuff, only he's like, hey, I'm not even going to put my picture on it, we're just going to release it, and nobody will know it's me, and it's fine. Pretty much just like a few weeks before it was supposed to be released, it was pulled. It was probably due to like Prince's kind of weird thing with him kind of jumping from project to project, and he was never really satisfied with the direction. A lot of people say it's also partly because Warner Brothers wasn't really behind it, because they didn't really want to release an album that didn't have Prince's name on it. They're like, who's gonna buy this? Why are they gonna buy this if it's not a Prince album? Some people think that the name Camille was inspired by, and it says here, 19th century French intersex person Herculine Barbine, who also used the alias Camille. However, after Prince died, there were some Quincy Jones interviews where he hinted at the fact that Prince used to call Michael, instead of Michael, he would call him Camille.
Some Tootsie Rolls and some cufflinks and stuff like that. A lot of stuff Michael thought it was voodoo. I'm sorry he didn't keep it,
Why is that?
He said to Camille, he called Michael Camille.
And honestly, if you think about it, a lot of people say that he put on a feminine alter ego, but he was still saying all the same stuff that Prince would normally say. He was just saying it with a higher pitched voice, which might have been, in my opinion, a way of him kind of calling out or making fun of Michael Jackson. I mean, we'll never really know, but that's my thought. So here's the thing about why we don't need this album, is that we have this album all except one track. If we look at this album, the track listing for side 1 was supposed to be Rebirth of the Flesh, Housequake, Strange Relationship, and Fill You Up. Side 2 was supposed to be Shockadelica, Good Love, If I Was Your Girlfriend, and Rock Hard in a Funky Place. So if we break this down, Sign of the Times already took care of Housequake, Strange Relationship, and If I Was Your Girlfriend. The Black Album also had Rock Hard in a Funky Place. Even though that was also released and then pulled back, it was eventually released, and the Black Album is, pretty widely available nowadays. The track Fill You Up ended up on the B-sides, and Shockadelica and Good Love both ended up on Crystal Ball eventually. There were other songs that were also attributed to Camille, such as Scarlet Pussy, which also ended up on the B-sides, and I Wish You Heaven, which didn't really sound very Camille to me, but it ended up on Lovesexy, so there you go. There's also You Got the Look, but of course, even You Got the Look was on Sign of the Times. And that's the thing, is we don't actually need this album. We already have it, it's not all in one thing, but it is kind of already out there, and we have all the Camille material already. The only one that we don't have is Rebirth of the Flesh, and it's a really good track, and I'm gonna give you a little snippet of it right here.
We got the beat you're looking for. The rebirth of the flesh is at your door. It's a brand new day. Free to funk in our way. Now and
So yeah, that's like super funky and it's a great song, and if you can get your hands on that track, definitely do, because it's very good. But at the same time, I don't think we need the whole album to be released just for that. I would love to see it possibly on a deluxe Sign of the Times, maybe if they end up releasing that. Having that and maybe a couple other maybe lost Camille tracks would be awesome to have it all together. So that's my reasoning as to why we don't really need a Camille album, but I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to hit like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit us up on social media. We also have the Patreon where you can support the channel at patreon.com/princessfriend. As always, may you live to see the dawn.
Honey, don't you know I will slap the waves out your head if you do not subscribe?